Salutations, respected sadhakas. Welcome. Great gratitudes to you for your being so sincere and serious. Wish and pray that these sessions are adding to our required wisdom and inspiration, and thus may we help ourselves by being continuous in this endeavor till the final goal destination is reached. If anything better than this is seen or found, let us shift to that. If not, let us not leave this. As regards me is concerned, so clear, it is only Shastra which can help. The 13 Vyaktitvas, Lokasevaka, Dharmastavaka, Viragi, Bhakta, Shishya, Mumukshu, Jignasu, Shrota, Sadhaka, Parishrami, Prerita, Prashanta, and then Samskrita Bhasha Jnata. Let the Shastra guidance be taken by us. Let the Guru's guidance be taken by us. Let the Devata Gana's blessings be taken by us. Let Adi Parashakti Mata's Karuna be received by us. Let Ishvara's Krupa be invoked by us. Let us unite with Brahma Tattva through our Nirantara Anusandhanam. May we not forget these very essential things. Great Shastra, this one, Upanishad Shwethashwathara. For its so many various things that are required for a sadhaka who is at the very initial level up to the one who is at the final level. All Upanishads talk mostly to the finer, very well tuned sadhakas, directly truth. This particular Upanishad talks about Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara, Upasanas, Namasmarana, Guru Seva, which you generally don't see in any of the Upanishads. Other Upanishads, these things are not there because they are all covered much before the Upanishadic study begins in that Gurukula between the Guru and Shishya. Not that they are not required there, they are required everywhere, but they are understood to be covered before that only. But in this Upanishad, not taking any of those chances, A to Z, everything this Upanishad is giving, guiding us. That's how it becomes a very good, informative also, comprehensive also. And the best part of this Upanishad is clears so many doubts. And you can see in the struggle of Bhagavan Sri Adi Shankara while giving the big introduction and also now the introduction to the fourth mantra where he is trying to establish the presence of Karana Brahma as Ishvara, necessity of him, and then our tuning to him. That is why Shruti Mata herself in that fourth and fifth mantra, not at all the Nirguna Brahma is spoken, the Saguna Karana Brahma only explained in all its facets, in all its expressions. So therefore, as long as we are at the sadhana kala, we have to take the help of the Saguna Ishvara and all his facets. Then through that only we slowly reach to the ultimate goal of Ekamevadvyam Nirgunam Brahma. That is goal. There's no doubt at all. So that way, this Upanishad is very sweet, very tasty. And we have seen also yesterday, almost from Katha Upanishad, Mundaka Upanishad, Ishavasa Upanishad, Pradharanyaka, one mantras are found here. You can see the mantra from Narayana Suktam, Purusha Suktam also. भगवत गीता के कुछ श्लोक यहाँ मिलते हैं हमको, मतलब ये बिफोर गीता दिस इज, बट स्टिल that way a good vihara this one it is, and it is like a supermarket with so many variety of things. You can go through all of them. The best part in that supermarket is whatever you need, all of them are there. You need not go to any other place. Many other things may be there, you may not need, they are required for others, बट हमारे लिए जो चाहिए सारे चीज़ यहाँ मिलते हैं. So a good thorough study of this Upanishad always is a very very good use for a serious sincere seeker. So let us do the conclusion of that introduction to Chaturtha Mantra. We will even start the Adhyayana of the Chaturtha Mantra today, which is more of details. You know, so many lists are given. Those lists have to be thoroughly heard, understood, and kept in our heart. Now, before that, our Sankalpa Shanti Mantra, before that, our like every day, couple of minutes of our common sense thought. Today's our common sense thought is only to browse through what we are doing so far in last 3 4 years, what in general happens in the life of all evolving seekers, how these things, these steps are involved, inevitability it is, and where do we stand in them? We have to find, and then what's next step. First of all, all million times we have heard to be born as human beings itself is rare blessings out of so many yonis. That all we know. The topic is accepted, understood. Then in a human yoni also coming across the spirituality, even for Arthagama sake of the upasanas, etc., also is very rare. Many people, though human being, get their own Arthakama on their own effort. Earlier, with all the dishonesties and negativities, after getting lot of kicks, then they start doing the same thing of earning. That's reduced. They are living life of Arthakama only, but with a honest means of earning. To come to this level also, it's an evolution of many lives after receiving lot of kicks and getting understandings inside. Then from this third level, coming to the fourth level of actual spirituality, like that of sadhana, is again of many, many lives. Evolution. In that again, these are the 7 8 things, 6 7 8 things. First of all, it takes listen, few lives of listening from the Guru, the Shastras, to understand and accept, okay, the presence of something beyond this world, familiar world. We are all at this level only. I to believe. मैं तो इसी level में. To understand and accept the presence of something other than this world, the familiar world. I know, as the substratum of this world. To accept it only, to understand it only. First of all, to understand. Thereafter, to accept. Many lives it takes. First step. Are we really in that mood all the time? Every of these steps when we discuss now, whether we have achieved it or not, at that time only each one can think for himself as I do it for myself also. Then knowing and accepting that substratum, that thing, whichever is there, is the greatest thing, is the truth, is the reality, is the substratum. Getting into this mode of understanding and conviction again takes so many lives of Tattva Shravana from the Guru and Shastras. Suddenly एक दिन में नहीं होता हो, है ना? Like starting yoga asanas, suddenly एक दिन में body पूरा flexible नहीं होता है. 3 4 months we have to do. Then it gets tuned. Then it has to be regularly done to maintain. So to any diet we have changed, let us say, to reduce the fats or the heaviness. So they tell us the dietitians, बस ये छोड़ दो, स्प्राउट्स वगैरह खा लो. 2 दिन में नहीं होता उसका असर. Some months it will take. बादाम खाओ तो 2 3 महीने डेली खाने से उसका असर होता है. Not suddenly एक दिन खाया तो you don't. No, like you sow the seed and अगले दिन आकर देखो, it won't come, the seedling or sprout. It will take 10 days, 12 days. In spirituality also, we are realizing it only. इवन द पहली बात कि बियॉन्ड दिस वर्ल्ड देर इज सम सबस्ट्रेटम, ये क्लैरिटी कितना आया हमको, कन्विंसिंगली हुआ कि नहीं, दैट्स द क्वेश्चन, नॉट टेंटेटिवली, not like when we are in the class only. All the time that should be in the mind. To reach to that level, how many sittings, how many listenings are required? Like any psyche patient, when that counselor, एक sitting में नहीं होता, 20 बार बैठना पड़ता है, then only you will understand patient, then slowly will give one by one suggestion and a practice period of 1 week, then improvements. यहाँ भी ऐसा ही होता है. Then that second step of glory of this substratum, the truth, reality, understanding it, accepting it. It is real, it's the truth, that alone is truth, everything else is not real. ये सारे बातें पूरा घुसना दिमाग में. How many sittings, how many listenings? You and I have not yet come to that second level or the third level. अभी धीरे धीरे हो रहा है वो, बहुत slow process है. Also then, when we continuously expose, we are the proof for it. Why bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan ma prapadyate? We are the best example. We are not erratic, irregular students or audience. Every day we are listening. फिर भी देखो कितना बदलाव हो रहा है. अब सुने ही नहीं तो अब उनका हाल क्या होगा? They are never near to this. So, human life, Arthakama by unrighteous means, Arthakama by righteous means, Arthakama by spiritual means, then spirituality is the goal. Spirituality is the life. वहाँ से एक एक step. First, so many years of listening to even get an idea about the presence of something unknowable, unseeable, beyond the knowable, seeable world. And that truth always remains like that only. Only in experience you will be directly in experience with it. तब तक वो अजनबी ही है, मतलब दिखेगा ही नहीं वो. But to understand it, accept the presence of it. Because we are familiar to accept what is seen through our faculties and all. It is easy for us. But about that, मुश्किल है वो. Anytime we try to understand, accept it, somebody or the other come and say, यार जो दिख रहा है दुनिया ये सत्य है, चल इसी में घूमते हैं. कौन कहा, किसने देखा भगवान को? किसी ने नहीं देखा भगवान को, और जो देखा वो झूठ बोल रहा है. अरे बोलो उनको दिखाओ मेरे को. And Upanishad say that he is ashabdam asparsham arupam. वो शब्द स्पर्श रूप रस नहीं है, that he can be that way brought into the perception of our any faculties. Not available to any faculties, and that truth is there. Understanding and accepting is a great achievement, but result of many lives. Then comes the next step, step number 3, that is the greatest one. That is the reality. That is the ultimate. That is the substratum. Everything and anything other than that is the delusion, unreal. Coming to that point again takes few more lives of listening to get into that understanding. The third one. Then comes the fourth one. After many listenings, the next step of that, that is the one which is to be desired. That is the one which is to be gained. That is the one which is to be obtained. To the exclusion of everything. That is the stage, the fourth one, where we are saying we are at the Shubha Ichha level. तब तक बाकी अशुभ ही है हमारी इच्छाओं में. But even to come to that level, है ना, कितना जन्मों का वो मेहनत होता है. All that is only through Shastra Shravana, please. Tattva Shastra Shravana only. When we regularly do, that these transformations happen in our personality, in the jiva in us. If we leave the Shastra anywhere in between, कोई ठिकाना नहीं रहेगा हमको, कोई भी फिर सपोर्ट नहीं रहेगा. We are the example, no? When keep away Shastra from your day schedule, either listening or studying or contemplation, तीनों नहीं है मानो. शास्त्र को अब नहीं छू रहे, तत्व शास्त्र को. अब देखो क्या है जिंदगी, 100% samsara only, na? Even now, while listening Shastra, because of the deep conviction has not yet come, we are still 100% samsari only. पूरा दिमाग हमारा उसी में फिर रहा है. Where is the तड़प for परमात्मा and all? तड़प चाहिए ना. After that deep तड़प and then effort, इतना टेस्ट कर करके भगवान हमको देते हैं. ऐसा थोड़ी होता है. Therefore, entering to spirituality, long time of listening to apprehend the presence of unseeable Paramatma, knowing and accepting his glory that he alone is the reality, truth to substratum. Third one. Fourth is that he is the one to be sought after, to be obtained. उनको पाना है, उन्हीं को पाना है, उनको पाने में ही मोक्ष होता है, उनको पाने में ही सब पाए जाते हैं. Other than him, anything obtained is non-obtainance only. To come to this conviction, which is the correct conviction, again, how many times, how many rounds we have to listen the Upanishads. हैरान की बात है ना. But we have to go through those exercises. That exclusiveness that I have to obtain Paramatma. They are like Nachiketa at that level. Other than Paramatma, nothing required. Fourth stage, my dear friends, which is a sequential. You can't jump directly from the first to the fourth. Certainly from the worldliness, you can't seek Paramatma just like that. As we were studying last 2-3 days about the Vairagya in the Yogavashtama Ramayana, the Smashana Vairagya, the Dainya Vairagya, the Apat Vairagya, the Prasuti Vairagya. Prasuti yesterday we saw. Both the mother and child both feel the fetus में कितना दुखी होता. But how beautiful yesterday Aitareji is telling his mother. What a great topic yesterday. How the jiva in the stomach feels about his sadhana. The moment he comes out and gets enchanted and forgets everything. क्या बढ़िया, पढ़ो आप कल का, सुनो या पढ़ो, जरूर छोड़ो मत. Suddenly from the first, that's all temporary vairagya. Sahaja vairagya he was telling about. Ram ji ka Yoga Vasisht mein, Vasisht ji is praising Rama for Sahaja vairagya. And in the Purana, we were seeing how the jiva is also in vairagya till he comes out of the womb. The moment he sees the world, he forgets. So from the first directly to the fourth, we cannot jump. Until we reach the fourth through the first, second, third, only way is relentless listening. भक्ति से, श्रद्धा से. याद रखो, इसमें छोड़ दिया तो छूट जाता है. And we are not obliging anyone. It is not for anyone else. For me, like I am joining a job work, I am not obliging the company. If I am not there, 1,000 people are there for that company or the government. They give job to them. It is my necessity. Therefore, go through that. Fourth step. Then in the fifth step comes to obtain that, I have to do the sadhana. Not that वो चाहने मात्र से मिल जाता है बिना कुछ किए. This crucial point, as much important in the desire of obtaining the truth or reality, so much important is the knowledge and conviction that unless I do the sadhana, I cannot achieve Paramatma. ये कन्विक्शन जो आना है उसके लिए बहुत टाइम लगता है. There comes what again Vasishtha ji said to Ramji in those 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sargas, that neither you are depending on anyone, nor waiting for anyone, nor allowing anything of the past to overpower you. In the present, you are becoming a 100% pakka purusharth. Underline that word, 100% pakka purusharth. Means what? My liberation is in my hands. I only have to do the sadhana to realize myself. I only have to do sadhana. Guru may help, God may help, Shastra may help, elders may help. ये सब तो है ही, वो तो हमेशा है. Much before we became sadhakas, 100% when we were in samsara, तब भी ये सब थे. They're all there right from the beginning of creation. जब से भगवान ने जीव को बनाया तब से ही जीव को मुक्ति दिलाने वाले शास्त्र, गुरु, शास्त्र, all he kept already. This sixth point, that I have to do the sadhana, is a very crucial. Very, very crucial. मुझे ही करना होगा. Nobody can help me. To bring us to that level, no, भगवान puts us into such a corner. इतना हमको फंसा देते हैं कि हमको भी कोई चेन नहीं रहेगा. मतलब कोई every door whichever we are knocking, he just closes. Only to tell us that you yours have to open the door from within, because you are the one who have closed from within. ये वाला स्थिति आ गई मानो कि मेरे मुक्ति मेरे हाथ में है ना. नन्हे मुन्ने बच्चे तेरे मुट्ठी में क्या है, मुट्ठी में है तकदीर. तकदीर हमारी है. 100% ट्रू. हमारी तकदीर हमारी मुट्ठी में है. That stage is really, crossing so many hurdles and inhibitions or notions, etc. मेरी मुक्ति मेरे हाथ में है. And common sense है वो भी. It's a simple common sense thought only. But it takes so much of journey to reach to that point. But the common sense that if my mukti is in somebody else's hand, that would have been happening long back. है ना. That's a proof that अभी तक मुक्ति नहीं हुआ. Is a proof to say that it is in my hands only. That I have to do the sadhana for my moksha. If this stage we reach to, the sixth stage, बहुत lucky है हम. Then comes the seventh thing, wherein therefore what sadhanas have to be done. At that time we take then our Upanishadic mantras seriously first time, in which the truth is explained, the reality is explained, its nature is explained, the way of contemplation etc. is explained there. तब जाकर इन चीजों का वैल्यू हमको पता होता. अब तो we don't care these moksha marga, though we are listening every day. Listening हो रहा है लेकिन these steps we have never crossed. दैट्स वाई हमको पड़ता ही नहीं है कि चलो ये उपनिषद मंत्र में इतना बढ़िया ध्यान दिया, लेट मी बाय हार्ट दिस मंत्र, लेट मी कीप दैट मंत्र ऑलवेज विथ मी फॉर माय रेफरेंस. वी डोंट इवन केयर इट. किताब फेंक देते. कोई मेनी ऑफ द लिसनर्स डोंट हैव एन बुक आल्सो इन फ्रंट. जिनके पास घर में है उस दिन तो बुक कहीं छुप गया न्यूज़पेपर के नीचे. दे जस्ट कम एंड सिट विदाउट इवन द बुक, लाइक बुक वाचिंग ए मूवी. But at the seventh stage level, first time we realize the importance of the Upanishadic mantras, the meaning in them, the contemplation, etc. तब जाकर, अब नहीं होता. अब तो we will just disrespect only our Shastra with our due sincerity, due regularity. Still, here disrespect is फेंकना नहीं, but not knowing its importance. Like yesterday in one of the text we saw, na? Mm, which one it was? The Upanishad in Bhagavad Gita. Yeah. अब कौन सा टेक्स्ट है यार माम च अंत शरीरस्थम कर्षयन्ति भगवान says I am in the body of all these asura lakshana people do the karshana of me also who is there very much in their body. What is the karshana of me is not being obedient to me, not listening to my given path, outer व्यवहार के लिए भी साधना के लिए. That itself is insult to me, भगवान says 17th chapter गीता में. Same way, not listening, मतलब not fully understanding and following itself is the insult to the Shastra, even though we are listening. Daily we are listening, but not understanding and not duly respecting and following. वही उनका insult. वो चलता ही रहता. In the seventh step, at that level, then the most difficult, important things start happening. When we really try to understand, so this is what is the guidance given in the Upanishad for the sadhana. After the clear understanding of it, which again is a listening of many many months and years. कोई भी ऐसा स्टेप्स फटाक से नहीं होते हैं सालों साल लगते हैं अगेन दैट डिपेंड्स ऑन हाउ रेगुलर इंटेंस सिंसियर वी आर how qualified we are, etc. And the real toughest thing starts there. Key, when we understand this is sadhana and when we start doing the sadhana, then comes the villain from his den. तब तक विलन आना शुरू नहीं किया छोटे छोटे विलन आ रहे थे तब तक but the real villain comes at that time who will never allow us to do sadhana even after knowing. We know but we cannot. तब जाकर रियल घमासान युद्ध स्टार्ट होता है बाबा 8th स्टेप में युद्ध होता है with the terrible villain. And that villain is so powerful na in some of the movies you see old वाले that villain दुष्ट राक्षस इतना मोटा तगड़ा वो हीरो को एक हाथ से उकड़ा के पटक देता है इतना मार खार खा के then that hero with somebody's help find some secret to defeat that villain कि उसका कोई कमजोरी है इधर उधर और उसको अटैक करो टिल दैट टाइम हीरो का कोई चलता ही नहीं चाल he is sincere he is trying but he is beaten only in all our sincerity of trying for sadhana even though after we know we get beaten red and blue by the villain he alone becomes powerful and that villain is called as our vasanas. तब तक ये वासनाएं हर जगह टांग अड़ाते रहते हैं लेकिन हलो परमिशन देते रहते हैं चल ठीक है अब मेन में तो आए नहीं ना तब देखेंगे करके लेकिन विलन सेज ऑल्सो महाराज वो हीरो आ गया गांव में आने दो इधर तक आने दो देखेंगे इन दैट वे ही जस्ट अलाउस मिस्टर वासना when the 8th step आ गया ना that time this one will be creating such because he is powerful from the millions of lives and तब जाकर इस हीरो को सिट बैठ के एक जगह he'll have to work on how this villain has to be defeated. He cannot be easily defeated. Then you understand what are the ways by which he is becoming stronger and defeating me. Then how to weaken him. कोई बाहर नहीं है मेरे अंदर का ही है that villain. With all our knowledge gained in 10, 20, 30 lives, at the sadhana kala when that villain attacks, तब जाकर के हमें फिर से बैठना पड़ता है कि क्या है ये विलन किस कारण से स्ट्रांग हो रहा है कैसे उनको कमजोर करे isn't it very ninth step है वो that time we'll come to know when we think about so many but mainly the four things because of which our vasanas are so strong that even though we are intellectually clear about what sadhana to do yet we are not able to do You understand, in this world, how many millions of people are there with intellectual clarity. We are not the only ones. There are many, many. But पूछो इतना समझ रहे हो, कर पा रहे हो क्या साधना? Forget about it. They can't. No, that प्रज्ञावान अभी पंडितो भी चतुरो भी अत्यंत सूक्ष्मार्थ दृक्. A person may be of इतना great, प्रज्ञावान है, पंडित है, चतुर है, अत्यंत सूक्ष्मार्थ दृक्. But that person also, when he is attacked by the vasana, he will just succumb to it. व्यालीढस्तमसा नवेत्ति बहुधा संबोधितोऽपि स्फुटं भ्रान्त्यारोपितमेव साधुकलेत्यालम्बते तद्गुणान् हन्तासो प्रबला दुरंत तमसा शक्तिर्महत्यावृति. व्हाट ए वे शंकर भगवान एक्सप्लेन्स. मैं तो इतना डिटेल नहीं बता सकूंगा ये, लिटिल ओनली बिकॉज इट विल कम योर विवेक चूड़ामणि आल्सो इन द सीक्वेंस ऑफ आदि शंकरास लिटरेचर. पढ़ेंगे हम ये भी, बट नॉट इन डिटेल. डेली 6 श्लोक करना है मुझे, तो स्पीड स्पीड ही करूंगा मैं. बट मीनिंग विल बी सीन एनीवे. बट कोटेशन इज डन, कोट इज गिवन. 9th स्टेप में वहां जा रहे हैं, तो वहां का घमासान तगड़ा विलन आएगा ना. एंड दैट विलन इज वासनास. देर वी नो द नीड ऑफ कर्म योगा, भक्ति योगा, अष्टांग योगा. तब शुरू होता है एक्चुअली साधना करो. The need of that time we realize it, then we do them. Okay, so the 4 things that mainly become the vasanas when we involve again and again, and they have to be ruthlessly cut asunder, removed from our life, जिसको हम वहां जाकर के एक्सेप्ट करते हैं at the 8th 9th stage, not now. अब तो हम उन्हीं को मेंटेन कर रहे हैं, उन्हीं को डेवलप कर रहे हैं. The 4 villains. One villain, 2 villains. The villain, 4 aspects, 4 facets, because of which he is becoming stronger. First and foremost is our love for, excessive love for our nidra. बाप रे, निद्रा इतना प्यारा होता है हमको ना, इतना भी सोते रहो वो कमी लगता है. Half of the day it consumes. और भी चाहने को मन होता है, पाने को. And all our activities are oriented to that, as if ये सब खत्म कर ले, so let me go to nidra. So the conviction for nidra, love for nidra, really having that nidra is a biggest obstacle for the आध्यात्मिक साधका. That is a vasana. कि मुझे नींद चाहिए, उसके बिना मैं नहीं रह सकता हूँ, इतने घंटे सोना ही पड़ेगा, और उसका कोई ठिकाना नहीं रहता. एंड द मोर subtle we become in understanding of the reality, the more this weapon of nidra, Mr. Vasana, a villain, goes on shooting at us. जितना आप जैसे ना मंदिर जाना चाहते तभी नींद आती है, सत्संग आते हैं तभी नींद आती है. एनीथिंग नोबल गुड यू वांट टू डू, तो नींद कम्स. एंड वॉच सिनेमा 6 घंटे, आता ही नहीं नींद. गप्पे मारो अपने दोस्तों से, सबसे, यू डोंट इवन रिमेम्बर निद्रा. बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू आवर सत्संग, अब उठ नहीं सकते. अब अटैक नहीं कर रहा निद्रा. जब आप 9वां स्टेप में होते हो ना, ही विल शूट द एरो, मिस्टर वासना, निद्रा. ओहो, फिर उसके लिए कितना क्या क्या सोच विचार करके उसको डिफीट करना पड़ता है. First and foremost in all spiritualities is the strong conviction that I have to give it up and I can give up, or I can rise above it. ये नहीं है, तो कमजोरी है, बुज़दिल है, तो वही रुक जाती है गाड़ी. I have to give up and I can give up and I can overcome it. If these convictions are not there, we don't even put effort. है ना? Whenever we want to sit for meditation, the mind comes. What meditation? सो जाओ. स्टडी शास्त्र, नींद याद आती है. यार कल नींद ठीक नहीं हुआ, यार परसों ठीक नहीं हुआ, रात को बहुत लेट हो गया, रक्षाबंधन. And we are so lovingly accept that suggestion of Nidra chal so jat. Biggest arrow shoot kar dete हैं. The second arrow out of the four, the vasanas shoot at us at that level. जिसका हम जरूर सकम होते हैं for many years and lives. Only after so many experiences of failure that we learn the art of succeeding. तब तक हम बच्चे लोग हैं तो सिंसियर फॉर द साधना है ना. साधना में मेच्योर्ड होना इज नॉट ए वन डे थिंग. लाइव्स गोइंग थ्रू शास्त्र, वो भी willingly, not like as we do out of compulsion or out of some target etc. नहीं, दिल लगा कर ऐसा. Thus the second arrow that shoots at is the vasanas की पूरा दुनिया के सारे चीजों में दिलचस्पी, interest about things of the world on any front, any note, under the name of duties, under the name of obligations, under the name of sevas, under the name of compassion, kindness, कुछ भी हो, we are pushed into the world. If not nidra, you wake up, but you are thrown into the world of these things, gathering variety of information. Vasanas pushes. Are we not doing a whole day? Think only gathering the information of so many things, and they're always there in the mind. कुछ भी काम करे वही thought है, कुछ भी काम करे तभी जाकर. So many things. Then such person, how can he contemplate on the truth and reality? His mind is not at all available. It is busy about the things of the world, which nowadays, though, on the name of the information yuga, 90 से ज़्यादा % of unrelated thing we are having information in our head, जिसका हमारा कोई ताल्लुकात ही नहीं. इवन फॉर जीवन निर्वाह के लिए उसकी जरूरत नहीं, बट राइट टू इंफॉर्मेशन है ना. व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इजराइल एंड गाजा, क्या हमारे को संबंध है, वो 5000 किलोमीटर दूर में हो रहा है. नो, इफ इट हैपेंस टुमारो इन आवर कंट्री आल्सो वी हैव टू. अरे तब देखेंगे यार, अब क्या बेवकूफ. टुडे ब्यूटीफुल थॉट केम टू मी इन माय मेडिटेशन. आई रियली लव्ड इट, है ना, अबाउट द फियर ऑफ डेथ. आई सेड जिस दिन मरेंगे ना, लेट अस वरी अबाउट दैट डे. जिस दिन मरेंगे, जब हो कल भी हो सकता है, 20 साल का, उसी दिन उसके लिए लेट मी बी वरीड. टिल दैट टाइम लेट मी वरी अबाउट हाउ टू यूज द टाइम फॉर साधना. आई एम सो हैप्पी व्हेन आई गॉट दिस थॉट. अभी से लेकर हर दिन मरने का डर क्यों? इट्स अ वेस्ट ऑफ टाइम एंड एनर्जी. वी नो एनीवे वन डे आई विल डाई. इन व्हाट वे आई डोंट नो, बट देन लेट मी वरी ऑन वन दैट डे. चाहे एक्सीडेंट में मरूंगा, हार्ट अटैक में मरूंगा, या अस्पताल में मरूंगा, वो एक दिन 2 दिन जब होगा होने दो. Why should I worry that load now? Let me be consider on what to do in sadhana. Because तैयारी तो होनी पड़ती है ना, पैकअप तो होना होता है. We are not permanent. So thought आना correct, but instead of worrying about it, if you become intelligent, that gave me such a clarity. Now no worry, nothing. जब होगा जब होने दो, जैसा होगा होने दो. फिलहाल सब चल रहा है, चलने दो साधना. In the same way, to all these excuses given by any resource, that you have to know all these things, that thing. इसको कहते हैं ना, इज a news about the world. Always travel. Even if that we have conquered, third one comes very powerful. That is called as our indriyas seeking endlessly that shabda sparsha रूpa रस गंध भोग. और वो इतना चोर चपेले होते हैं ना, हमने मैम जीने के लिए कहा रहे हैं, उसकी जरूरत ही है ना, वो तो हमको अवेलेबल है, हमने इसको कमाया, यार दोस्तों ने बुलाया या वो घर आए हैं. एक नहीं तो हजारों बहाना आते हैं. The outcome of all of that is we are only involved in Shabda Sparsha Rupa Sagandha. We don't even know that we are cheated with by them. We can't even be aware. In that way एक एक मिनट एक एक दिन उसी में खत्म हो जाता. अभी भी वो हो रहा है. I'm telling, when we come to that seventh, ninth level, when we inquire at that time where from the villain vasana is becoming stronger is because of these three. From the vasanas, these come. And these things again strengthen vasanas. Put together, they don't allow us to do our sadhana. Even though we know it. पूरा क्लैरिटी होने के बावजूद भी. अब ये तीनों क्या है ना, इतना इंटेलिजेंस रखते हैं. निद्रा and the lokavartha and shabdadi, they are so intelligent, so powerful, so effective that by pulling us into them, they make us forget moment by moment और इवन फॉर लॉन्ग टाइम द गोल. जिसको हमने इतना शास्त्र पढ़ के इतने जन्मों में भी याद किया, उसको ऐसे भुलवाते हैं कि वी हैव नेवर स्टडीड शास्त्र. विस्मरणम कहते हैं उसको. That we are made to forget goal and means because busy either in nidra or in some or the other social service or in some or the other indulgence. These are the villains, and each one of them have to be managed ruthlessly, fully disciplined, controlled. Then only the energy, the time are saved. We can pull away our awareness from those nonsense and focus only on the self about which we have understood by studying shastras for by that time 1,000 times. अब वो फिर एक बार की जीत जीत नहीं है वो. We have seen yesterday in Yoga Darshanam, day before also, wherever the chidra are there, immediately the samskara come and pratyantar le aate. Tat chitreshu pratyantaraani samskarebhyaha. थोड़ा सा विवेक ख्याति में ज्ञाप दिया, संस्कार तुरंत आकर त्रोधि प्रत्यय. Not for 1 second, 2 seconds, the whole life that pratyaya will pull us away from the sadhana. No, I tell you a frightening thought. These people who are involved in business, even at the age of 80, 90, or politics in 80, 90, earning the money up even at the age of 80, 90, they are all serious sadhakas. But in the path of their sadhana, suddenly one day a chitra happened. From the samskara, the pratyaya came that it may become businessman or politician. That pratyaya is so powerful कि उस साधक का एक जिंदगी पूरा उसने बर्बाद कर दी by pushing him into politics or that thing. एक samskara which comes when there is a chidra is there, chidra, the loophole, it is enough to create that pratyantara means pratyantara means other than the main goal, taking up something. हम उसमें इतना बह जाते हैं, we don't even think, यार I am becoming old, I should stop my business, I should stop my politics, let me go for sadhana. ये thought भी आता नहीं उनको. They are all sadhakas only. इतना powerful होता है. Like the example of deer and that Bharat ji. प्रत्यंतरा because of his chidra came so strong that एक जन्म ही उनको डियर की तरह जीना पड़ा. That's an example. One whole life he had to live as a deer because he gave that chidra chance दिया तो वो वासना बना, वासना ने अटैक किया, अब उनको डियर का शरीर दिया. Every jiva is a sadhaka, mind you, but the pratyantaras are so powerful that they consume lives also. Again one of the life very powerful अनुग्रह of the guru, तब जाकर उनको रियलाइज आता है, अरे यार मैं तो साधक था, ये कैसे इसमें फंस गया मैं. So in the 10th step we know how to conquer all these things. Nidra, what self confidence, commitments required, and whatever induces nidra, how to avoid all of them. ये बड़ा घमासान युद्ध होता है. So too about the lokavarta, the ability to say to any information of the world, because it is distracting me. It is making me feel the world is real. It is creating responsibilities in me. It is pulling me into the world outside. कुछ भी देखो, कुछ ना कुछ करने को मन होता है. किसी को बीमारी हुई, सिंपैथेटिकली आई हैव टू टेक केयर ऑफ हिम. किसी को जरूरत पड़ी, इफ नॉट मी हु कैन हेल्प. These are all bewakufis from the highest sadhana standpoint. That's why sarvadharman parityaj. Then the third one, the indriyas, oh, छोड़ेंगे थोड़ी हमको, easily नहीं छोड़ेंगे. And the worst of all of it is maintaining the remembrance of the goal and sadhana. ये तीनों के चक्कर में भूल ही जाते. Vismurti it is called as. So by not giving a little of chance also to all these four obstacles, that much we have to be relentless in our Atma Chintana, Atma Dhyana. तब जाकर के धीरे धीरे the subtlety will come to us into that zone of, as we said, first comprehending, then apprehending, then experiencing. The glimpses of the self will happen, the reality. First comprehension होता है, then apprehension, then experience. The touching it. First time we'll touch it, what it is. And it's totally different from all other familiar experiences. Then उसको फिर से बार बार करते हुए try, उसमें establish होना. Again, even after getting a touch of it, we'll be thrown by prarabdha vasana into the world for some more lives or maybe years. Again you have to struggle and seek it. बट एक गुड थिंग क्या है ना, उसका टेस्ट होने के कारण वो मन में लिंगरिंग करता है, यार लेट मी गेट इट अगेन एंड अगेन. एंड ऑल्सो यू नो द प्रोसेस हाउ यू हैव गॉन थ्रू, इट बिकम लिटिल ईजियर देन द फर्स्ट टाइम. देन करते करते जाओ, मोर एंड मोर वी आर इन द मेडिटेशन एंड अपीयरेंशन ऑफ द सेल्फ, एंड दैट लीडिंग टू द एस्टैब्लिशिंग इन इट. इवन देन वन शुड नॉट टेक इट फॉर ग्रांटेड. उसी में रहना. Unless the Ishvara from inside pushes us to do some of his work, we should not come into the world. नहीं तो पता नहीं चलता, फिर से हम नीचे खींचे जाते. No, these are the stages which we call them as the Maharloka, Jajanoloka, the Tapoloka. What are these Maharjano Tapoloka beyond the Swarga? The sadhakas who have reached this level for their safety, security, those loka zones are made, they are promoted there if they deserve, where the problems are less, not zero. Like in the human life also, the person who is convinced of sadhana, he gives up everything, goes to a secluded place. Isn't it? On the earth itself. There, these problems are less, but not zero. पूरे प्रॉब्लम नहीं खत्म होते, वहाँ अंदर के प्रॉब्लम होते. द इनर प्रॉब्लम is there with us wherever we go till we sort out them inside. Outer things we can, like when I go to Himalaya, नहीं, यहाँ का pollution, यहाँ का sound disturbance, यहाँ का attraction, ये सब नहीं होते. But wherever go there I am with my mind, उसको तो फिर झेलना जीतना ही पड़ता है. In the same way, Mahar Tapo Loka, even if we go to that Loka, outside we are safe, but inside still we have to refine ourselves more, purify ourselves more, go higher and higher. So when we have a complete picture like this, and when we know where do we stand, then let us keep on moving. Thank God, time never stops, mind you. Very, very good thing. And in that time, if you become intelligent and know and do what sadhana to be done, automatically sadhana is happening. समय का ये महान बात ये है, रुकता नहीं है, इसलिए उस पल पल को यूज करते जाओ, साधना हो रहा है. Instead of sadhana, other things we do, again समय रुकता नहीं, it will add up to the vasanas and all. It will take us further away from the truth. Think about it, 10 things. Whole hour, आज हमारा क्लास उसी में लग गया. I don't know. ओम 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 सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः. ओम शांति शांति शांति. ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः एरिमे गुरुवे पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्यातः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। भव एव भवानिति मे नितरां समजायत चेतसि कौतुकिता मम वारय मोहमहाजलधिं भवशङ्करदेशिक मे शरणं। ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यमेकं नित्यविमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि परब्रह्मणे। श्रुतिमात्रे समस्तब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदाचार्येभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां कृपया उपनिषदुक्तं ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधमोक्षप्राप्ति सनातन धर्म से विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वाध्यात्मक प्रगति एकता शांति पुरोभिवृद्धि धर्म संस्थापकानां निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम अनेक शास्त्राणाम अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्य श्री कृष्णयजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आद्यशंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम नित्यानंदं निराधारं निखिल आधारम अभयं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम्। अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः। ओम सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। अथ पारायणम। तो 5 mantras, let us chant of 4th chapter. ओम अथ श्री श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषद चतुर्थोऽध्यायः। ओम यैको वर्णो बहुधा शक्तियोगात् वर्णाननेकान् निहितार्थो ददाति विचैति चान्ते विश्वमादौ स देवः स नो बुद्ध्या शुभया संयुनक्तो तदेवाग्निस्तदादित्यः तद्वायुस्तदु चन्द्रमाः तदेव शुक्रं तद्ब्रह्म तदापस्तत्प्रजापतिः त्वं स्त्री त्वं पुमानसि त्वं कुमार उत वा कुमारी त्वं जीर्णो दण्डेन वञ्चसे त्वं जातो भवसि विश्वतो मुखः नीलपतङ्गो हरितो लोहिताक्षः तडिद्गर्भः ऋतवः समुद्राः अनादिमत्वं विभुत्वेन वर्तसे यतो जातानि भुवनानि विश्व अजामेकां लोहितशुक्लकृष्णां बह्वीः प्रजाः सृज्यमानां सरूपाः अजो हीको जुष्माणोऽनुशेते जहात्येनां भुक्तभोगाम् अजोन्यः। देखो इतना दिस श्लोका we have seen quoted in so many other Upanishadic bhashya. In the next mantra, Dvasoparna Saija Sakaya from the Mundaka only. Anyway, good. Om Brahmavadino Vadante Kim Karanam Brahma Kutasma Jata Jivabakena Kvacha Sampadishta Adishtita Kena Sukhe Vartamahe Brahmavido Vyavastham कालस्वभावो नियतिर्यदृच्छा भूतानि योनि पुरुष इति चिन्त्यः। संयोगेषां नत्वात्मभावात् आत्माप्यनीशः सुखदुःखहेतोः ते ध्यानयोगानुगता अपश्यन् देवात्मशक्तिं स्वगुणैर्निगूढां यः कारणानि निखिलानि तानि कालात्मयुक्तान्यधितिष्ठत्येकः। These 3 mantras we saw. Fourth ka we are seeing the Sambandha Bhashyam. So in that Sambandha Bhashya, the main purpose of all Upanishads is to tell us about Nirguna Brahma only. What is the Nirguna Brahma? Explained to us by the Bhashyakara. Then, though that is the goal, to travel from where we are to that level, we need the intermediate travels. In the traveling only, the same Parabrahman is explained in different forms. And he is called as an Ishvara, he is called as Devatatma, is called as the Vaishwanara to fulfill all our desires and kamanas. He himself is there as Brahma Vishnu Maheshwara. So different forms में that Paramatma is there for our help at that level. This Upanishad talks about all of them. For Antakarana Shuddhi also is there for us to do the Upasana. Upasana for Kamana Prapti, Upasana for the Antakarana Shuddhi, Upasana for the Rakshana. We do of the same Parabrahman, but he is now the Karana Brahma. In that Karana Brahma, the main is Ishvara with Maya. He alone expressing is all this. So they are basing on this only. In the Puranic literature, we see the Paramatma coming in various avatara rupa, doing the leelas, and thus creating faith in the bhaktas to worship him, and he is there to bless them. Just because Ekamimatvayam Brahman is ultimate reality, remember, we cannot reject all these things. They are the ones which are the launching pads for us to take off for the Advaita Brahma. Otherwise, why our Purana, Itihasa, even the Vedas talk about other things also? बस ब्रह्म बोल के बाकी छोड़ दो ना. Rather, if the Paramatma in all these forms is not available, then both moksha is not possible, moksha sadhana is not possible. In the Atmanubhuti, there is no bandhana. Therefore, there is no sadhana. न निरोधो न चोत्पत्ति न बद्धो न च साधकः न मुमुक्षुर न वै मुक्तः इत्येषा परमार्थता. It is a Brahma sthiti. In the Brahman, there is no bandhana, therefore there is nothing called moksha, etc. But are we in that experience now? No. Now we are in the experience of the bandhana sthiti. Then we need the moksha, no? Then we need the sadhana. And therefore, immediately, the sadhana giving guru, guru and sadhana and shastra giving Ishvara, definitely they become the necessity. They are there. And luckily for us, we are studying Skandadi Purana, whose we are seeing all the bhaktas doing the dhyana upasana. Bhagavan is arriving and he is blessing them. The guru is arriving and guiding them. And Nirantar, in the recent past of Kal Parsu ki bhi news le lo, so there are somewhere or there are some bhaktas who are blessed by the Guru or the Paramatma on the path of their sadhana. So they are very much there. Even though none of them are ultimately real or the goal. Ultimate real goal is Nirguna Brahma only, Advitiyam Brahma. So this much we have seen yesterday. Vaishwanaradi praptyarthacha upasanam ashesha laukika vaidika karma prasiddhim cha darshet. So laukika karma, vaidika karma, upasana karma, all of them are again and again given in Shastras to tell us that they are needed. Even though at the Advaita discussion level, that alone is ultimate. They all have to be rejected. But rejected after practicing them and getting their benefit on the way to Advaita Brahma. That is a subtle point which, if we are subtle in our intellect, we understand. For example, when we say Sarvadharman Parityajya, what do you mean by Sarvadharman Parityajya? It is not giving up all the dharmas. Then it is all first practice all the dharmas without swartha. When the antakarana becomes shuddha, then for the paramadharma, all the dharmas you have to give up. Like paise dhan karo. When it is said dhan ka dhan karo, it goes without saying that to karo the dana, you have to have the money. For having the money, you have to work and earn it. कौन दान करेगा पैसे? जिसने कमाया ना, तो पैसे दान करो के टाइम हर बार कमाओ कमाओ नहीं बोलते. इन द सेम वे सर्वधर्मान परित्यज्य मतलब सर्वधर्म प्रैक्टिस करके परित्यज्य. इन द सेम वे ऑल दी साधना छोड़कर यू टेक अप अद्वैत वेदांत. व्हेन इट इज सेड, उसका अर्थ ये है ऑल दी साधना करके कर्म योग, अष्टांग योग, भक्ति योग, उसका फल जो है in the form of antakaran shuddhi etc., which is necessary for the Advaita Vedanta sadhana. After that is obtained, for the sake of the higher sadhana, these are given up. In that way, we have to understand. Otherwise, the funniest part of our life is what? On the name of Advaita sadhana, we give up all of them. Because we gave up all of them, we are never qualified for Advaita sadhana. Therefore, we never do it. A typical Punjabi Amritsar style. है ना, सब ज्ञानी लोग, हम ब्रह्म हो चुके हैं इसलिए बाकी कुछ नहीं करते, और कुछ नहीं कर रहे हैं इसलिए शुद्धि नहीं अंत करेगा, देयरफॉर ब्रह्म का भ्रम ही रह जाता है. एंड व्हेन ही न्यू ब्रह्मचारी इज अपॉइंटेड देयर, दे कॉल हिम आल्सो, यू आर आल्सो हमारी तरह ब्रह्मचारी, नॉट ब्रह्मचारी. वो ब्रह्मचारी एक दिन अकल आएगा उनको, वो वहां से भाग जाता है. You understand? On the name of Advaita, we leave everything. Because we left everything, we never qualify for Advaita. Then we are in such a funniest stage. So, आगे वाले portion throughout the Upanishad में जो variety of upasanas are taught, which are appearing to be not at all required for the Advaita Vedanta, उसको पहले ही clearly समझा रहे व्यास भगवान यार आदि शंकर जी कि they are necessary. Now you understand what I said in introduction for 50 minutes. How much of all these shastras, when we keep on listening with Shraddha, that our intellect gets clear understanding of all of that. It's not only here, everywhere. When we have to do a business in a big way, it's not just as you say in the words. How many hundreds of things you have to understand them. A business or a company or even politics में आगे जाना है. तो is it one aspect? Even to घर गृहस्थी चलाने के लिए with wife children, it's not just mechanical. अच्छी तरह चलाना है तो, नहीं तो इज निकम्मा, वाइफ इज अर्निंग, सन इज अर्निंग, ये खाओ पियो दारू पी के सोएगा, वैसा भी चलता है, बट दैट्स नॉट द ह्यूमन लाइफ. बट इफ ही वांट्स टू टेक responsibility and see that his family is very good position, how much of the thinking you have to do? There's nowhere in the world the evolution happens without effort, and effort happens without understanding, understanding happens without thinking. Here also, when we go on listening to Shastras, the data comes for us thinking. When we really think, not worry or brooding, the comprehensive picture comes about all aspects of sadhana. Then when we do the journey, data सारा है, इसलिए हमको कब क्या करना है पता लगे. 10 years जिस फेलो ने मैकेनिक वर्क किया है under the bonnet and all. No, he is thorough master of all the spanners, screwdrivers, nuts, bolts. उसको देखते ही बीमारी क्या है कार का, he will know it. Immediately he will change it or loosen it or tighten it. 5 मिनट में काम खत्म. Because he knows, he is familiar with all of them. Even also by studying Shastras again and again, are expected to become familiar with all these नुस्खे छोटे बड़े चीजें. Then actual sadhana करने के time, any difficulty comes, we know the औजार, the knowledge, we use it and we cross it and go to next level. Correct? Now Bhagavan Shankara, he says now the other aspect of it key, as we just now said, if this way Karana Brahma is not there to help you and I sadhakas at every level, neither sadhana is possible, therefore nor moksha is possible. Even though in the ultimate Brahma, these are all not there. And at that level, we have to drop all of them. When you do the Tattvamasi Mahavakya Upadesh, I as a Jiva with my Upadhis, drop the Upadhi. Ishvara, his Upadhis drop. Then only at the Brahma level, the Ishvara Jiva का जो अधिष्ठान है, तत्वमसी ब्रह्म का अनुभव होता है. No doubt. But to reach to that level from where we are, we need the help of accepting ourselves as Jiva, accepting the presence of Ishvara, accepting the need of the Upasana to Ishvara, and doing all of them, and then growing. ये है आगे के. यदि कार्य कारण रूपेण स्वरूपेण चित्सदानंद अद्वितीय ब्रह्मात्मना च व्यवस्थितम न स्यात् तदा तदा भोग्य भोक्तृ नियंतृ अभावे संसार मोक्षयोः अभाव एव स्यात्. अधिकारिणः भावेन साधनभूतस्य प्रपञ्चस्य अभावात् तत्फलदातु च ईश्वरस्य अभावात् तथा संसारादिहेतुभूतम् ईश्वरं दर्शयति इत्यादि इत्यादि. Very beautiful discussion it is. A logical discussion to prove that the Ishvara is there, upasanas are there, necessary they are for us. अब देखो एक मजेदार बात कह के कंक्लूड करेंगे. When Adishankara speaks other Upanishads or writes Bhashya, there he ruthlessly rejects even the Jnana Karma Samuchaya also. Because the flavor of that Upanishad is that way exclusively Advaita Brahma. And he is a commentator. He'll have to justify the main text. He can't write anything from his own head. Same as Shankara Bhagavan when he is writing commentary to this Shwethashwathara, in which the Ishvara Upasana, that topic is more explained than the Brahma Tattva, then he'll have to come to this level and do Bhashya accordingly. But in either case, his only two purposes are one, correctly write the Bhashya to the sutras or the mantras as they are, second is through them to guide the sadhakas. तो उनके अंदर ये नियत साफ है, इसलिए उधर वो हाउ मच ही रिजेक्ट्स द ज्ञान कर्म समुच्चय. And here he says, Ishvara is there, upasanas are there, then only antakaran shuddhi. After that only we are qualified for Brahma Tattva. क्योंकि ये उपनिषद में ये सारे बात है. जिष्णु वीसा सयो भूसा बुद्धिया शुभया संयुनक्तु, that Paramatma may tune me with the sadbuddhi. Then एक जालवान ईशते शनिभिः. तो इतना उपासना की बात है, भरपूर है इस श्लोक में. And if the Shankara Bhagavan sticks to his commentary as the other Upanishads of rejection, then you can't write commentary on it. If you are writing to this, आपको इसका इसी तरह लिखना है. And sadhak ko bhi rejects the need of sadhana at that level. A really matured one. He may say that go to that person, सारा सीख कर वो करके फिर मेरे पास आओ. He may not guide you, but he will not reject. Yeah, you are at that level. For you, at that level of sadhana is required. इस तरह से a good discussion is there for some 1 or 2 paragraphs. पढ़कर let us enter the fourth mantra. Om 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 Om. Om 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 Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamādaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Paramarshibhyo Parabrahmane Shruti MAATRE Namaha Tatsat Brahmarpanamastu.